Imagine an empire at its zenith, reaching for former glory, only to be struck down by an unseen enemy. This is the story of a plague so devastating it annihilated half of Europe's population in the 6th century, a demographic catastrophe that reshaped the ancient world. Yet, despite centuries of inquiry and modern scientific advances, we still grapple with its true identity. Was it the infamous Black Death's ancestor, or something far more enigmatic? This is the tale of the Ghost Plague, a story whispered through time, shrouded in mystery, and still echoing with unanswered questions. In the mid-6th century, the Byzantine Empire, under Emperor Justinian I, was a beacon of ambition and power. Constantinople, its magnificent capital, stood as the heart of trade, culture, and innovation, connecting East and West. Justinian dreamed of restoring the Roman Empire's former glory, pushing its boundaries and revitalizing its institutions. But as his armies marched and his ships sailed, an insidious force was stirring in the shadows, an invisible predator poised to unleash an unprecedented wave of destruction upon his sprawling domains and, ultimately, the known world. The first faint tremors of the disaster emerged from the distant fertile plains of Egypt, the breadbasket of the empire. Historians like Procopius, a key contemporary source, recounted initial outbreaks in Pelusium, a port city on the Nile Delta. From there, clinging to the bustling arteries of maritime trade, the disease began its inexorable journey. Carried by merchant ships laden with grain and goods, the invisible killer hitched a ride, following the routes that sustained the empire, setting its sights on the crown jewel of the Mediterranean, Constantinople. By 542 AD, the plague had docked at Constantinople's prosperous harbors. What began as isolated cases quickly spiraled into an apocalypse. Procopius vividly described the scene: a city gripped by panic, streets overflowing with the sick, and the air thick with the stench of death. At its peak, the plague claimed an estimated 5,000 to 10,000 lives daily within the capital alone. The thriving metropolis, once a symbol of imperial might, transformed into a charnel house, its vibrant energy replaced by an eerie, horrifying silence. The plague's symptoms were terrifying and swift. Victims often experienced a sudden, debilitating fever, followed by the appearance of painful, pus-filled swellings or buboes, typically in the groin, armpits, or neck. Some described visions, delirium, and convulsions. The disease spared no one. Young and old, rich and poor, all fell before its invisible onslaught. Many died within days, sometimes hours, of exhibiting the first signs. This brutal efficiency contributed to the overwhelming sense of helplessness and despair that gripped the ancient world. As death rates soared, Constantinople's infrastructure collapsed. There weren't enough healthy people to bury the dead. Procopius recounts bodies piling up in the streets, left to rot, and then hurled into mass graves, often in hastily dug pits or even the city's defensive towers. Emperor Justinian himself contracted the disease, miraculously surviving. His recovery offered a flicker of hope, but the sheer scale of the devastation left an indelible mark on his reign and the psyche of the surviving population, forever altering their perception of imperial power. Constantinople was merely the epicenter. From its busy ports, the plague radiated outwards, spreading like wildfire across the Mediterranean basin. Italy, North Africa, Gaul, modern France, Spain, and even Anglo-Saxon England soon felt its icy grip. Villages were decimated, cities emptied, and entire regions became ghost towns. The scale of mortality across the European continent was staggering, conservatively estimated to have claimed between 25 to 50 million lives in its initial waves, possibly half of Europe's population at the time. The Justinianic Plague wasn't just a catastrophic event. It was the world's first documented pandemic, recurrently striking for over 2 centuries. Its impact was profound. Agricultural output plummeted, trade networks crumbled, and military campaigns faltered. The long-term demographic collapse significantly weakened the Byzantine Empire, making it vulnerable to external threats and fundamentally altering the trajectory of late antiquity. It stands as a stark testament to humanity's fragile place against the might of nature's unseen forces, a turning point in history. For centuries, historical consensus largely attributed the Justinianic Plague to Yersinia pestis, the bacterium responsible for the infamous Black Death. The similarities in symptoms, particularly the buboes, seem to confirm this. Modern scientific techniques, especially ancient DNA analysis, initially reinforced this view, with some studies identifying Y. pestis DNA in a few 6th century burial sites. This seemed to close the case, linking the first and second great pandemics to the same bacterial culprit, offering a clear answer to a long-standing historical riddle. However, the scientific narrative isn't so straightforward. Crucially, Y. pestis DNA has not been consistently found in all historical burial sites across the vast regions affected. The archaeological evidence for rodent populations, key vectors for Y. pestis, is often insufficient. Some historians and medical experts question whether Y. pestis alone could account for the plague's rapid spread and unique symptoms, or if the historical accounts were embellished. Doubts persist, fueled by the challenges of correlating fragmented ancient texts with modern epidemiological models. So, the mystery endures. While Yersinia pestis likely played a role, was it the sole pathogen? Could other diseases, perhaps working in concert, have created such a destructive force? Or did a now extinct variant of Y. pestis behave differently? The ghost plague of Justinian remains a haunting puzzle, a powerful reminder of how much we still don't know about our distant past. Its legacy is not just one of devastation, but of a persistent question mark, a challenge to modern science, and a compelling testament to history's enduring enigmas. The Justinianic Plague serves as a chilling testament to humanity's vulnerability. It was a crisis that didn't just kill millions. It reshaped empires, altered the course of history, and left an indelible scar on the human spirit. Yet, after all these centuries, the exact identity of this ancient scourge remains fiercely debated, a ghost in the annals of time. The mystery compels us to continually re-examine our past, reminding us that even the most pivotal moments in history can hold secrets that stubbornly refuse to be fully revealed, urging us to keep searching for answers.